So UCAN is a unique nutrition company, and we produce delicious snacks in the form of bars, also energy gels and energy drink mixes and protein drink mixes and electrolytes. And we use a very unique carb. This is the carb that is slow metabolizing carb. It's patented. It's absolutely one of a kind. And as a result, because it's slow metabolizing, it's not producing any blood sugar rises and no crashes. And it also has a lot of additional benefits, like it helps control hunger, it helps control cravings, it helps you burn fat during the exercise, it helps you keep focused and stay focused. So it's a very unique product. We're very proud of it. The carbohydrate, obviously, we need carbohydrates to energize. And there are kind of two types of carbohydrates. There are simple carbohydrates and there are more complex carbohydrates. Simple carbohydrates is essentially sugar. And there are some complex carbohydrates that are more like vegetables and stuff. And unfortunately, we tend to consume a lot of simple carbohydrates for that quick energy kick, and then it kind of shuts up, and the blood sugar shuts up, the energy level shuts up, but then we crash and we feel constantly fatigued and tired. So this is a completely natural carbohydrate that we produce from non-GMO corn. It's a corn starch, and we just utilize a lot of heat, a lot of pressure, a lot of moisture. It's being cooked for about 48 hours. So it's a very complex manufacturing process, but it's completely natural manufacturing process, so that we result in this unique carbohydrate. UCAN has a very unique founding story. And although right now it's not as pertinent to our future development, it is very unique, and I think it speaks a lot about what the company is about. The company was found essentially to help one boy. There was a boy who was born with a very rare genetic condition who could not, the body could not produce glucose, and as a result, he had to be fed every 90 minutes. Otherwise, he would not survive, which was obviously a nightmare to his family and a constant worry about the boy's survival, but also would really jeopardize his normal life. And the group of really enthusiasts, the group of individuals decided to solve that problem for that boy and similar to him. And they started talking to a lot of nutritionists, scientists, researchers, and that's how they identified that very unique carb that was produced in the lab at the University of Glasgow, and then found a way that took again several years to commercialize it. Because of course you can create those kind of manufacturing conditions, so to speak, when it's PhD students producing it by hand. It's much more difficult to commercialize something like that to the scale that can be sold to the public. And over years, they developed that solution and helped that boy. Right now, he's in college, lives a completely normal life, takes our product once a day, and that's it. And it's just a fascinating, heartwarming stories. In the process, the founders found out that, of course, that unique carb can help a lot of people, athletes and normal common consumers alike, with different aspirations, with different activity pursuits. But it all started with a dream to help that little boy. Our early adopters of the company and early adopters of the products are athletes. Not surprisingly, because athletes have massive energy needs. And as a result, they consumed a lot of sugar, which obviously over time was not good for anybody, even for those amazing metabolic specimens as the professional athletes. So we work right now with over 400 teams and collegiate teams, professional teams, as well as a lot of endurance athletes like marathon runners, cyclists, triathletes. And I think the name UCAN came from that you can do it. You can go longer, you can go faster. And of course, whatever the professional athletes can benefit, normals, quote unquote, regular consumers can benefit as well. And maybe it can help them to hit the gym or go for that first 15, 20, 30-minute run, or just stay away from unhealthy snacks that they consume on a daily basis. Well, and for us, of course, the biggest problem is massive sugar overconsumption in the United States and in other countries as well. I've seen statistics that we consume on average about 34 teaspoons, so more than grams of sugar a day, which is about 100 pounds a year. And it's even worse for the kids, given the proportion of kind of their body weight. And of course, not a surprise as a result, a majority of the population suffers from metabolic disorders. Often they're not diagnosed until they become serious problems, like cardiovascular diseases or type 2 diabetes. And the problem with sugar, it's omnipresent. Especially if you go to the central aisles in the grocery store, you might not even know that you're consuming sugar. And often it masquerades behind or under healthy foods, natural foods, and we consume as a result a lot of sugar. And I think that's where we see our biggest contribution. Because if you just start the breakfast right, if you start with a healthy breakfast that gives you energy and keeps you full. So for us, it is our Nutritious shake, which is energy plus protein, and it will carry you through half of the day. And then if you replace the snacks, mid-afternoon snack or this horrible 3 p.m. crush that everybody gets, and replace instead of the sugar snack, have our delicious bars. You'll have enough energy that will tie you over till the next meal, but you can also go and hit the gym.